Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Catherine, and here I share my love of planning and journaling and stationery. And it has been quite a while since I filmed and posted anything, just because in March and April I fell off of journaling a bit, and so I felt like I didn't have anything like worthwhile to share or to film an entire video about. So yeah, you guys will see that because the video today is the March and April flip through. And then before we get started, I do want to apologize in advance if you hear any traffic noises or any like stray music in the background from cars passing by, because I do live next to a busy street. But yeah, with that, let's just get into the flip through for my Hobonichi Cousin. And then also, if you watch my previous videos, I did have a Hobonichi Weeks, and actually I'll go grab it and I'll show you guys. Okay, so I had a Hobonichi Weeks that I was using in the beginning of the year, but then I very quickly fell off of using it. So you can see in March, I'm using it a little bit here, I'm still using it a bit, I'm starting to fall off, I've almost completely fallen off at this point. And then here I just gave up on it. And I did not use this at all in April. I tried to get back into it. No, okay. Yeah, I think I tried and I couldn't figure out what to use this for and how I wanted to use it. So I just gave up, and I think I'm not going to be using the rest of this journal for the entirety of the year, and I'm not going to be purchasing this again. But yeah, I still really like the cover and the design of it, and I think like seeing how other people use it, it can really work, but it just didn't work for my needs, and I feel like I didn't need two separate planners. So that's that for this. Now going into the Cousin. So starting with the calendar view for March, I still need to fill in the sidebars, but basically what I do in the calendar view is put down some major memories and accomplishments. So it's kind of like a duplication of information where I put things on the actual day that it happened. Like on the 23rd, I finished watching Attack on Titan season 4. But then on the sidebar, out of all these like highlights of the month, I will put down the major highlights and the major accomplishments. So something like here, I got a free donut from Krispy Kreme for wearing green because it was St. Patrick's Day. I'm not gonna put that on the sidebar, but something like finishing Attack on Titan, I would put that on the sidebar. So yeah, it's a very simple spread. And then in April, again, I need to fill out the sidebar, but I had started a new job towards the end of March. I started on the 18th, and so I was very busy throughout the weekdays in April, just like trying to learn everything for my new job, which is why there's not a lot of like things that happened during the weekday, and then my weekends were very packed, but because there were a lot of fun things happening on the weekends. Now moving on to the weekly section. Okay, so on the 1st and 2nd of March, we were still at Disney World, so I didn't use this weekly section at all. And then when we came back, basically the way I use the weekly section is to memory keep my time blocking. So it's not for planning, it's for tracking the way that I use my time as I go throughout the day. So yeah. I also try to use one kit throughout the entire month. So you'll see that I use this like Lucky Charms kit from TCMC throughout the entire month. And then I also have some like relevant stickers from other people. I forget where these stickers are from. If I remember, I'll put them in the description. But yeah. And then I also have one washi tape per week. So yeah, that's it. I meant to go in and add some emoji stickers into the blanks here, and I never did. And then this next week, you can see there are days when I am better at tracking my time, and then there are days when I am not so good. And it usually happens when I'm like out and about on the weekends. Another week. And yeah, this week, you can see I really fell off. I didn't do very much. And oh, here at the bottom, did I do this the previous week? Okay, so I started here. I try to like plan out meals at the bottom here because I usually go to bed around 11 to midnight, and so I don't need all this like 1, 2, 3, 4 p.m. a.m. Time slots. So I put a line at midnight, and I was trying to use this space to meal plan, and it didn't really work just because I'm not very good at estimating how long something that I cook will last. And also, like, sometimes things come up where we might just order, or like I might forget to bring something for lunch, pack something for lunch, or like there might be company sponsored lunch or something. So yeah, this didn't really fully work out. So you'll see that I stopped the next week. Well, actually I didn't plan at all this next week. And I think I didn't really use the weekly section at all in April. Okay, and now moving on to the daily section. So on the daily section, at the first like cover page, I guess, of the month, I like to put my goals. And so I break them down by category. We have fitness, personal finance. This is my main channel and my planning channel, and then we have some other things. And so I've decorated it with the calendar sticker and the washi stickers from TCMC, as well as these monthly header stickers from TCMC. And yeah, you can see like in February it's the same layout. It's the same layout every month. And then on the daily pages, I use it as a journal, and like this was on vacation, but usually I also use the sidebar as a to-do list. So here, we were on vacation in Disney World. This was day 2 of Epcot. So I wrote down everything that we ate in Epcot. It was their flower festival, and so we tried a lot of their like limited edition things for the flower festival, and it was a lot of fun. We were stuffed by the end, but it was fun to try everything out. And then at night we went to Cirque du Soleil, Drawn to Life, which was really, really good. It was our first time going to any Cirque du Soleil performance, and I think this was a really good one to start with. Then on Saturday, it was the last day of our trip, so we spent the day at Disney Springs. We kind of just walked around, did a little bit of window shopping and eating, and then we went to the airport, and I finished reading this book, The One, which is part of the Selection series, and I only gave it 2.5 stars because I didn't really like how it ended. I said it just felt too convenient. Oh, actually, that's a spoiler. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, so then the next day, we just got back from vacation, so I took a chill day. Let's see. Yeah, I took a chill day. It looks like we went to Target, and I took a nap, and we went to the park, I think, to walk around. Yeah. So, and then Monday, right, so my old company that I worked for, they didn't have a very good fiscal year, and so they were holding back on the bonus, and I really thought that I wasn't going to get a bonus, but I checked my bank account on this day, and somehow I actually got paid a small amount of my bonus. It was like less, it was like a very tiny portion of what I was supposed to be paid if the company had been doing well, but like it was something. I would take it. So I was just journaling about that. And then while I was on vacation, it was actually Employee Appreciation Week, so I missed that whole week. And when I came back to work, there were some snacks on my desk, like some candies and stuff. So that was cool. I wasn't expecting anything, so that was also a welcome surprise. And then here, there was a huge amount of pastries at work. I don't know what happened. I'm guessing maybe like somebody donated it to us, like at my old company, the local fire department and like the local governments would sometimes like give us food or something just because we were like good partners to them. So I'm guessing that's what happened, but it was like the most ridiculous amount of food, and so we got some free pastries, and I was hoping to take some home, but they cleared everything out and like they donated it to a local food pantry before I got a chance to like pack anything to take home, which was fine. And yeah, then on Wednesday, so twisted ankle. Here, I don't know, I'm just like the most clumsy person or something, because I was literally walking out of the bathroom in my own apartment with nothing to trip over, but I somehow just landed weird on my left foot and twisted my ankle, and so I was limping around for a few days. Thankfully, it was nothing serious, so it healed on its own pretty quickly, but yeah. Then on Thursday, we had an order from We arrive, so I just wrote down everything that I bought, and it was also someone's birthday in the office, so we got a free slice of cake, which was fun. Then on Friday, I got an email that I'm officially good to start my new job next Monday. So I texted my family and my friends right away, and I was so happy, and then I put in my resignation notice. And then in the evening, Mick and I, my husband and I, we watched Dune Part 1. Which was really good. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and we really liked the style and like the directorial style. I have trouble pronouncing that word. But yeah, and then on Sunday we watched Dune Part 2, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and it wasn't really the actors or the directors or even the writer's fault, I think, that I gave it 4 stars instead of 5, because it is based off of the book, and so I'm assuming that the plot is based off of, like, it follows the book very closely. I just didn't enjoy the plot of Dune Part 2 as much as I enjoyed Dune Part 1, which is why I got 4 out of 5 stars. Then on Monday, we had some mice issues, so we put out a million traps in our kitchen. Like, it was like a mine zone or something. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, we caught I wrote 2 + 1, so we actually caught 3 mice on this one day. And then here I said that word got around really quickly. The boss of my manager came in that day and was like, I heard you're leaving us. And I was like, wow, he already knows, like, just from over the weekend, because I put in my resignation on the afternoon on Friday, close to like 5 p.m. I probably put it in around 4 p.m. and literally by Monday morning, like, the manager of my manager knows. So that was interesting. And on the 12th, I didn't journal much, but it looks like we continued watching season 4 of Attack on Titan, so I just wrote a little bit about what we watched. And then on Wednesday, it looks like it was kind of a regular day. Had a lazy start to the day. We got some more mice. And then I was interested in canning and like preserving foods, so I ordered some mason jars from Walmart, but a lot of them arrived damaged, so I decided to return them and get a refund. Then here, someone brought in chicken wings into the office for everyone, so I just like journaled about that. That was the highlight of my day. And then on Friday, I wore green to get a free donut from Krispy Kreme. They were giving out donuts for St. Patrick's Day. And then I had my exit interview with the HR person at my previous company, and it was so awkward. I didn't know how to answer his questions, and like I didn't really prepare, so like, yeah, it was awkward. I mean, it doesn't really like affect me really, because he was just asking for feedback on the company, my experience there, my manager, yada yada. But yeah, I did not like this interview. Then on Saturday, I went home, and let's see, it looks like we did our taxes, and then we went to dim sum for breakfast. I got my TCMC subscription washi tapes, and we also played a card game with my family, so that's cool. On Sunday, Mikhail, my husband, and I had dim sum with my parents, and then we went over to my in-laws' place, or his brother's place, and yeah. On Monday, this was my first day at the new job, so I journaled about that. I did put this little post-it note here just to cover up the name of my company, and then because it was my first day, they gave me like a company sponsored lunch, so I got a salad with chicken and a side of broccoli. And then on Tuesday, there was a new hire breakfast for a bunch of the new employees. So I wrote about that, and then I got a almond croissant from their breakfast. So this is my very quick and poor doodle of the almond croissant, and I have a little cat here saying yum. And then I start falling off a little. So this is blank. Here it's mostly blank. This was back journaled, but on this day I tried out Too Good To Go for the first time, and I got some bagels, and it was such a good deal. I got a baker's dozen, so 13 bagels for only $5. I was very impressed, and so I just journaled about that. And then on Wednesday, we went to a friend's wedding celebration. And yeah. Then this day, I did not journal. On March the 30th, I made a bunch of Guyanese food because my husband is Guyanese, and so I tried out pepper pot, roti, and pine tarts, and everything came out really good. The roti was a hit. Mick said that it was like basically perfect. The pepper pot was also really, really good. There's a spot called Sybil's that serves West Indian / Caribbean food, and it was basically like just as good as that restaurant, so I was very proud of myself. And then the pine tarts were good but not perfect, so that's the one thing that I needed some work. But yeah. And then Easter, I did not journal about it at all, but we went to our in-laws' place, and I think that was all that happened that day. But yeah, I didn't journal about it, so you can see that I like really fell off. In April, I didn't even put down my goals. And then in April 1st, so just a disclaimer, most of April is empty, and the parts that are not empty, besides the to-do lists, are backfilled. There's probably like 3 days in total in April where I actually journaled on the actual day that's on like the top. Everything else is backfilled. So yeah, here on the 1st, I ate cannolis and a lobster tail, and they were very good, so I just journaled about that. Here we got some blank pages. On Thursday, I did some property visits for my new company, and it was very interesting, very, very tiring, but it was a cool learning opportunity. And we also got Thai food for lunch. And then I wrote that I felt a little stupid because it was like a big group of people from my company at the restaurant, and I was the only one to order the lunch special. Like several people were like, ooh, there's a lunch special. And then I was the only one to order it. Everybody else got like regular entrees. And so the lunch special came with an appetizer and an entree. So I was the only one who had an appetizer, and I was like the first one to start eating, so it was so awkward. I felt really stupid. But yeah. Then on Saturday, we went to the New York International Auto Show at the Javits Center, and so it was the first time that I had gone to the auto show, and it was really cool experience. I'm not into cars at all. It was my husband who wanted to go, but I still thought it was really fun and enjoyable. I don't think I would go again, but we also did see the Subaru Forester, which we really, really liked. We just got a car last year, so we're not on the market to buy a new car anytime soon. But we think maybe in a few years, when we want to get a second car or upgrade our car, we might get the Subaru Forester because we really, really liked that car from the auto show. And then we also ran into one of his old friends at the show. Apparently he's a big car guy. He goes every single year. So it was fun for my husband to reconnect with him. Then on Sunday, April 7th, we went to Central Park to see the cherry blossoms and to visit the zoo, and it was fun. I will say that I've been to Branch Brook Park in New Jersey before, which is like famous for their cherry blossoms, and they have so many cherry blossoms, and it's so beautiful. So I was a little bit disappointed by Central Park's cherry blossoms just because my expectations had been set so high by Branch Brook Park, but it was still a very good time and we had fun. And then we went to an Italian restaurant near Columbus Circle for lunch, and we also went to Magnolia Bakery for dessert. Then we have some more blank pages. We don't even have to-do lists on these pages. They're just blank. And on April 12th, I started rewatching, or I continued watching, I guess, Kimi no Dodoke, which is an anime. It's available on Netflix, and I'm sure it's available other places too, but it's like a cute romance type of anime. The girl is very socially awkward, and the guy is a popular guy who like has a thing for her, and it's like, it's very, very cute. It's a slow burn romance. If you like that type of stuff, you will like this. I also related to the main character, the girl, quite a bit because I also have social anxiety and feel like an outsider sometimes. So yeah, I really enjoy this show. I was hooked. I didn't finish it on this day, but I finished it later, I think in April, maybe in May, but yeah, really enjoy the show, would recommend. And then the 13th was my mom's birthday, so we went out twice to celebrate. We went out for lunch and for dinner, and then at night we played the card game that my family is hooked on called Boscherfin, so that's why I have this card sticker here. Then, okay, these 2 days are 2 out of the 3 days that are actually written on the day that they happened. So yeah. On the 14th, we went to this really, really large Hindu temple located in Robbinsville, New Jersey. It is the second largest Hindu temple in the world, and it's the largest Hindu temple outside of India. So it was so, so cool to go in and see. Like, it is so ornate and grandiose, and there's so many intricate carvings. It's beautiful in there. If you happen to be close to New Jersey, I would highly recommend going to visit. Of course, just be respectful because it is a place of worship, but yeah, it was a great experience. And then we went to we made a little stop in Princeton where we went to MT and Chez Alice Patisserie, and then we went to this restaurant Di Madalo for dinner. And on Wednesday, it looks like nothing much really happened. I did enjoy the cake that I got from Chez Alice Patisserie the previous day, and I said I was watching Apple Cheek's newest vlog, sorry. But yeah, that's basically what happened. Here, I just wrote the prompts from TCMC, and I answered them, and that was it. Again, more blank pages. Here, this was back journaled, but on Saturday, the 20th, we went to a friend's wedding, and I just journaled about that. It was a very, very beautiful ceremony, and it was a fun time. And we also reconnected with some of my husband's old friends because they were at the wedding. And then on Sunday, we went to Palisades Interstate Park, and we were planning on doing like a little 1 to 2 hour hike just to go see the waterfall there. And we took the wrong path coming back. So we took like the path that was right next to the water, and it had like lots of huge rocks. It was a pretty strenuous hike. We were struggling, and then at the end there were like a million stairs to go back up. So it ended up being a 4 to 5 hour hike, and like we felt very accomplished that we finished it, but we are never doing that again. We like hiking, but we're not like that type of hiker, you know? And then we went to Fort Lee for lunch, but I wrote down the wrong restaurant. So this journaling is actually for March 31st. You can see I put March 31st, whoops, see April 27th. So actually on April 27th, I wrote down Kuksu and Blue Angel Cafe in Fort Lee, thinking that we went here because I was back journaling, but this actually happened on April 21st. So yeah, all of this is for this day, and then all of this is for this day. This is what happens sometimes when you back journal. But yeah, and then we watched some Netflix. I don't remember what we watched, but we watched something. Some more mostly empty days. I just answered the prompts from TCMC. No journaling. And then here, we did the 5K at the Bronx Zoo, which was really fun. And it was the first time that either of us had ever done a 5K. And it was a very great experience. And it was easier than we thought that it would be. So we were very happy about that. And we were proud of ourselves for being able to do it. And then, like I said, this is for the wrong day. So on the 28th, we met up with our friends Ian and Sarah in Staten Island. And so I just wrote about what we did. We basically went out for lunch and then we went to the mall and just walked around and window shopped. And after that, we came home and we rewatched season 1 of Stranger Things. And then here on the 29th, it looks like not much really happened. I did some morning journaling and then I did the prompt from TCMC. And the last day, I said, it's a little difficult to reflect on the past month when I didn't journal much. And that's all I wrote. So yeah, I think lastly, I will just flip to the end. Where I have here, I write down my favorites from each month. So for March, I have Attack on Titan, La Seraphim, My New Job, and The Guyanese Food that I made. And then for April, I was obsessed with cannolis. I liked the run in the Bronx Zoo, the show Kimi no Todoke, and then the app Too Good To Go. So yeah, that is my journaling recap from March and April. I hope you guys found it interesting or entertaining. And yeah, I will be putting out another video for my May flip through probably next week. And there's a sneak peek here, but like it's actually filled out. This is the only empty page. And then the rest of the month is actually filled out. So there will be a nice video for May. And yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking around until the end and for watching how I journaled these 2 months, or really didn't journal half the time. And yeah, let me know how your guys' journals have been going. Have you fallen off and gotten back on like I did? Have you been consistent? Did you switch up journals? For me, I didn't even like go to a different journal. I just stopped journaling for this time. But I know some people, they switch, they'll go to a different journal and then they'll come back to a previously used journal. So just let me know how your journaling has been going for this year in the comments. I look forward to reading your answers. Bye.